Hi, my name is Dr. Alison Barker, and I am currently working as a postdoctoral research associate here at the MDC in Berlin. For the past 2 years, I've been working in the laboratory of Gary Lewin, asking questions about social communication in a very interesting model organism, the naked mole rat. Before that, I worked in the US as a technician and then also as a PhD student, and then I completed my PhD in Munich. And through this process, I've had a lot of experience with different types of publishing. I've been involved in papers as a middle author, as a first author, and I've also had a chance to write some reviews. So today we're going to go through the process of traditional scientific publishing, and as we go along, see if you can spot some opportunities to apply what you've learned about open access publishing. Well, you want to publish a paper, you've been researching something in the lab, you find something you think is really interesting and you want to share that with the world. The first thing you have to do is write the manuscript. You often do this in collaboration with other scientists that you've been working on the project with. And once you're happy with the manuscript, you decide on what journal to send it to. And that will dictate how some of the formatting is done. But in general, there's a limit on how many words and how many figures, and that's probably a good thing because it keeps the story short and understandable. And so once you've written the manuscript and you've decided on the journal, then you will submit it to your journal. And when it arrives at the journal, it goes to the editor. The editor will read through the manuscript and often a cover letter and decide whether or not they think it's something they might like to publish. If they think it's possible that they would want to publish it, they want to get comments from experts in the field. So they send out the paper for review, and what this means is that it'll go to between 1 to 3, sometimes even 4 people who are experts in the field. And often today, many papers are multidisciplinary, so you kind of get experts from several different fields. And so all of these reviewers will read the paper, make comments. Generally, they give a summary of the main points of the paper, and they will evaluate what they think is the importance of the main results. And then they will also provide some more detailed commentary. So we would like to see more of this type of analysis. We would like you to do this experiment. It can be even as small as there's a typo on page 5. And then the editor will compile all of this feedback and generally send a manuscript back to the authors with the reviewer's comments, and each reviewer will have their own section and a list of things that they propose the scientist should do. And then it's up to the scientist to evaluate which experiments or which suggestions from the reviewer are feasible and which might be valuable. And often there's a time limit on this, so that kind of controls how much you can actually do. So then that's usually a very frantic 3-month period where you will do some new experiments, do some new analysis, perhaps rewrite some things. And once you're satisfied with that, then you write what's called a rebuttal letter, in which you have a point-by-point response to each one of the reviewer's comments, and then again kind of a summary of what you've changed about the manuscript, which you send back to the editor. Editor will review that, send it back to the reviewers. Reviewers decide whether or not they're satisfied with your changes or whether there might be something else that they want to do. And this process can go on a few times, but usually the first one is the biggest, and then after that the request gets smaller and smaller. And so if that all goes well, then you will be very happy to receive a letter from the editor saying that they would like to publish your manuscript. You format it specifically for their journal. But certainly when the paper is accepted, there are a lot of costs associated with most journals, €2,000, possibly more, to just pay for the color figures and some various other like publication costs. And often when you come from a research institute that has a budget for publishing, this money is either part of your yearly budget. You'll receive a publication date,
at which time, if you want to publicize your results in advance, or if you want to kind of prepare for that, then you should contact your communications department or the support staff for your university that deals with this. Everything should be perfectly streamlined for the publication date. And that's the best part, because then you can share your data with the world, and that's a very satisfying experience.